Good morning, children. Welcome back. In the last video, we have started with the new chapter in EVS 1, that is, chapter number 19 Constituents of Food. And as discussed, we are going to continue the next part of the chapter in this video. So, let's get back with the same chapter and see today what topics we are going to cover in today's video. In this part of the video, we are going to cover 2 points, that is, fats and proteins. In the last video, we have seen that how food pyramid in that how the quantities are being required by the body with the each constituents that are present in the food. So, we are going to study today fats and proteins are required in what amount in the body. So, let's go to the explanation part. Oil is a fatty substance. You know that mostly all the fried things contains oil. That means these things have been fried in oil. So the content of oil or the fatty substance should be consumed in a small amount so that it should not give rise to obesity. You can see in the slide that a paper that has been dipped in a oil becomes translucent or transparent. Why? Because when it comes in contact with the oil, the fatty substance that is there present in the oil makes the paper translucent or transparent. Paper becoming translucent is a sign of presence of fats in the foodstuffs. That is why you might have seen that your mother, when she is cooking something that is fried things, that are mostly kept on a tissue paper, so that whatever excessive oil is present in the foodstuff is going to get soaked in the tissue paper, and it would become little bit oil free and is not going to affect to your health or heart. Fats in our food also provide energy to our body. So they give us twice energy as much as to the carbohydrate. But we include a smaller quantity of fats in our diet so that it should not give rise to excessive amount of obesity in the body. And when the obesity increases, the person becomes lazy and is inactive to do any of the activities. So it should be consumed in a right amount, not in the excessive amount. Some of the examples of fatty substances are cream, butter, oil, ghee, meat, nuts, egg yolk. So these all contains fats and we should consume these substances in a right amount. So the fats we get when we eat get stored in our body, and if the food is not available for some time, the body can get energy from the stored fats. That means if you are not eating with the gap of 4 to 5 hours, but still your body is having energy. Why? Because these fats are going to get stored in the body and they become a energy booster whenever the food is not being consumed for a longer period of time, and you may not feel hungry also. So there is what a layer of fat under our skin. You can see in the slide that we are having skin. You can touch your skin and see that there is a skin on your skeleton, and below that skin there is a presence of fat, and after that is your muscles. Sometime if you get wound, you come to know that how the skin turns into pinkish color, and means how it is different layers of skins are there. So there is a layer of fat under our skin and it gives shape to the body and a kind of blanket also to prevent it from loss of heat from the body. The layer of fat under our skin helps us to give shape to the body as well as act as a blanket to provide us with the loss of heat from the body. So it is a kind of protection that we are getting from the fats that are present in our skin or in our body. There is one activity in your textbook on page number 98. Try this. Now for this you require certain materials. 2 sheets of white paper, a printed page and a little cooking oil. It's not compulsory to do the activity. You can go through the activity how it is given, and if you feel so like doing it, then you can take the help from your parents. Now what is the procedure is that you need to rub a little oil on one of the white sheets, and after that you need to place the sheets on the printed page, and what you will see one by one and try to read the matter through each sheet. So what it is possible When the paper is applied with the oil, it becomes easier to read, whereas the paper that is not having oil will be difficult to read. Why? Because the paper has not become translucent. So what we are going to see in that, let's see, you cannot read the matter through the ordinary sheet, but you can see through the oil sheet of paper. That means the oil makes the paper translucent or transparent. Through this we come to know that fat is present in the oily substances. Here is one question in your textbook on page number 98. Can you tell why are boxes of fragile articles, that means the articles which are delicate, made up of glass or mirror, like TV, refrigerator, or any other electronic device that can get easily damaged? Light bulbs, glasses, mirrors packed with corrugated cardboard, thermocol, or bubble wrap. Corrugated cardboard, if you see, it is having lines, so it gives a protection to these articles or these items that have been ordered. Now most of the time you can see that online shopping is the option wherein we get different varieties of things, and mostly now people prefer for online shopping only. So when you order something either from Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, so whatever you're ordering, you get it in the box covered with a bubble wrap, and it has been safely packed so that the item should not get damaged. So why is it so? Why they are packing it so properly and it is not getting damaged? Because the cardboard, thermocol, or bubble wrap protect the fragile articles from getting damaged. Even when the boxes shake, fall, or get hit, the article insides are not damaged. Similarly, the layer of fat in the body protects our internal organs. So this is a kind of protection to our internal organ. That is, so when these fatty substances are present in the body and it is present in the layer of skin in the form of a protection to the internal organs, so whenever any injury can occur, that time from outside it does not cause a much damage to our body. As well as if the injury is little, it is not going to affect our other internal organs in the body. Sometimes you fall down from a bicycle while riding it, so you may not get that much injury, and your body is protected with the layer of skin, that is, with the presence of fats in it. So in the same way, when we are giving protection to the articles by packing it in a proper manner, the skin is having a protection of a layer of fat to protect the body from any of the injuries. Moving on to the next part is proteins. Just as stones and bricks are required for building up blocks, you can see at construction sites, if you might have seen that how bricks are being used, and a mud and cement concrete material is being used to make the walls. So in the same way, these proteins act as a building blocks for our body. It is important that you should consume proteins in your diet so that it gives you energy. The body undergoes wear and tear continuously. That means you do different activities throughout the day, and some may be very difficult, some may be easier, and some may not be that much easier. But why? Your body is having energy to do that, so you can cope up with the activities. Sometimes while doing the activities you get injured also, but after certain period of time, healing and repair of our body goes on, and all of this time without our being aware of it. That means if you get injured, or if you might meet with an accident while riding a bicycle or by any of the activities while playing, so sometimes you let go that injury. Why? Because you know that it is going to get healed. Sometimes you may not understand also that you might have got injury. Why? Because of the proteins that are present in the body, it helps to body to get wear and tear. So proteins are necessary for that purpose, and proteins are required plenty during the growing years of a person's life. That means a child which is in the growing age should have a diet consuming with proteins in that, so that the growth of the body takes place and the child's body is capable to handle each and every injury. So it is very important for the growth of the body in a proper manner. So it is a kind of building block in our body. Proteins are present in different foodstuffs. So they are present in different dals, pulses. You may not like to have that, but it is very important to have these proteins in your diet. Groundnuts, milk, and milk product. Many children may not like to have milk also, but it is very important again. And many of the milk products like yogurt, khoa, and paneer, eggs, meats, and fish. These all are rich sources of proteins. So you should consume these things in your diet. To get the required proteins, our daily diet should include dals, pulses, as well as milk and milk products. So you should see that your diet should have these particular things so that you can have proteins in your body. Our body requires carbohydrates, fats, and proteins in a larger proportion. So these food constituents are called as macronutrients. Macro means it in the large amount. So macronutrients are carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. So they are required by our body in a larger amount as compared to the other nutrients. So we should consume it in a proper amount. There are micronutrients and macronutrients. Micronutrients means they are required in a smaller amount, and macronutrients they are required in a larger amount by our body. So macronutrients are carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Micronutrients we are going to see in the next part of the video, which are they. By seeing the video, at least you must have got an idea that how these nutrients or how these constituents are essential for the growth of the body. I know you may not like certain dishes, but if it contains constituents of food, then you should consume them. And it is very important that you consume dal, pulses, vegetables in a proper amount so that your growth can take place in a proper way. So, thank you for watching the video. Take care. Bye bye. We'll be continuing the next part of the lesson in the next video. Take care. Goodbye.